The Lagos State government, under the leadership of Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, through the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, has on Wednesday, June 9, 2021, empowered 890 Lagosians as 2021 Mega Empowerment Program for vulnerable women and indigent residents in the state. The empowerment program, which happened at the State Skill Acquisition Center, Bega Isheri Olowora, had in attendance top stakeholders in the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation and at the state level. Speaking at the one-day event, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Mrs. Folashade Jaji, who tendered the Governor's apology for absence at the mega event, noted that it was due to other state assignments. She, however, applauds WAPA for sustaining the integrity of the current administration in the state through such empowerment, among others. The governor also noted that the program is in line with the promises he made to alleviate poverty, and this is a demonstration of his administration commitments.
The organization of this quarterly empowerment program. And thank you all for your attention.
In a keynote address, the First Lady of Lagos State, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who was ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, Education District 2, Mrs. Anike Adekaye.
I am highly honored to be part of the year 2021 quarterly mega empowerment program of the Lagos State government, being anchored by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. We are gathered here today to witness a laudable initiative in seeing to the plight of citizenry in Lagos State. Today, we empower indigent and vulnerable women with working tools towards becoming self-reliant. This is an event in a series of 4 that is being organized by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation.
Also applauds the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, while encouraging the beneficiaries of the mega empowerment to make judicious use of the equipment. Mrs. Anike Adekaye further thrilled the gathering with an old indigenous song which talks about handwork and passion for excellence.
Iṣẹ́ ni ògùn ìṣẹ́, múra sí iṣẹ́ rẹ ọ̀rẹ́ mi, iṣẹ́ ni a fi ń di ẹni gíga, bí a kò bá rẹ́ni fẹ̀yìntì, bí ọ̀lẹ là ń rí, bí a kò bá rẹ́ni gbẹ́kẹ̀lé, àtẹ̀ràmọ́ iṣẹ́ ni. Ìyá rẹ lè lówó lọ́wọ́, bàbá rẹ lè mẹ́ṣin lẹ́kan, tí o bá gbójúlé wọn, o tẹ́tán ni mo sọ fún ọ, torí ohun tí a kò bá jìyà fún, ṣé kì í lè tọ́jọ́ ohun tí a bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún ní pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni, apálára, ìgbópániyè kan. Bí ayé bá ń fẹ́ ọ lónìí, tí o bá lówó lọ́wọ́, wọ́n á máa fẹ́ ọ lọ́la. Tàbí kó o wà nípò àtàtà, ayé ayé ẹ̀ sí tẹ̀rítẹ̀rín, múra bí o jẹni tí ń rágó, kó o rí bí ayé ṣe yín mú sí ọ. Ìyá ń bọ̀ fún ọmọ tí ò tán, ẹkún kẹ̀kọ́ ọmọ tí ń sáké. Má fi òwúrọ̀ ṣeré. Ìgbéga ìdílé ètò.
In her address, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Honorable Cecilia Bolaji Dada, appreciated the government's support to solve poverty while responding to citizens' need. According to her, the beneficiaries of this edition are the indigent and vulnerable residents, graduates from the Ministry Skill Acquisition Centers across the 20 local governments in the state.
Well, before this program, we had training for the digital people, the people that were given Androids. We had digital training for them to be able to continue their businesses online. Also, through the register given to us by the Minister of Economic Planning and Budget, the SOFU register that has the list of vulnerable people in the society, we were able to get some of the beneficiaries from that list. And then our graduates from our skills acquisition centers that have graduated in various skills but do not have money to set themselves up. Also, Association of Artisans, we wrote to them for them to give us list of graduates from all kinds of skills that cannot set themselves up. So those are the people. And then some time ago, the governor visited Orimedu community in Bejuleki, where he promised to empower the youths in that community. Those youths are also beneficiaries of today's empowerment program. The ones we've done in the past, we have monitored them, we have followed them up. We intend to follow these ones up, to encourage them and make sure that they make a living out of this, and they are also employers of labor.
The beneficiaries of the empowerment has this to say.
Well, I'm thinking of maybe in the future, since I'm studying now, and I can just open up a shop and then use it to render services. Just to be a very good hospital. Much for this opportunity given to me.
There's not any condition in it. It's just that you be an obedient student, you're hardworking, and you're intelligent in whatever you're doing. And I also want to appreciate them that may God bless also them, their own family also. It has been my desire that I will be part of those that will going to take any equipment that whatever they want to give. And I also want to appreciate it because I have a big wish for it, and it's from the little that they have given to me. I'll be able to use to establish more together with what I have on ground.
Chairman House Committee on Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation and Job Creation, Honorable Mrs. Mojisola Olaoluwa Kehinde Ali Macaulay, also eulogized WAPA while describing the empowerment as a way of teaching people how to fish and make ends meet for themselves. Ali Macaulay expressed satisfaction towards the deliveries of the current administration in the state. The convener, Lagos Made Women Organization, Ambassador Bose Joseph Adegoke, described the empowerment as a way to go because women are the most vulnerable of all gender.
Because we are the most vulnerable of all of the two gender. But now that even as vulnerable as we are, we need to be empowered. So it has to be the women. If you give this to a man, it won't get home. Take it from me. But a woman will go home, sit down, look at how she can turn it to wealth, to empower the family, to raise the standard of living, to better her life, and of course better the life of the husband. Governance is a continuity. So I'm not going to say somebody did it well or not. But I want to say in the last 20 years, 22 years in Lagos State, starting from 1999, Lagos State has never had it so good. It's a continuous process, and you can see that there's an evolution from one governance to another. So far so good. We have come a very long way as a political structure in the last 22 years in Lagos State. So we are rated highly. And I want to tell you from real, in Lagos State, we're doing perfectly, excellently well. Security, a lot of things are very okay in Lagos. Consider that Lagos is open to all ethnicity groups and all that. We're able to manage this influx. So Lagos State is still okay 22 years after because it's still the same government in power. They should use it well. And also they should learn to tilt towards the direction of leadership. One machine, you can raise 10 champions. Don't take this machine and put in your room or in your bedroom. Use this machine to also empower other people around you, the women, the children, because not everybody has access to the state government. Let people know that Lagos state government is for everybody. So if you get a machine and use to empower 10, 20 people, then we are making progress.
Babajide Kundayo, for Gallery TV News.